Las Vegas sells itself as the entertainment capital of the world, a 24/7 machine powered by hospitality and spectacle, where dreams come true and fortunes get made. But beneath the billion-dollar glow, something is breaking. The people who actually make Vegas work are leaving, thousands of them. Dealers, servers, bartenders, housekeepers, the backbone of the entire industry quietly walking away. Not because they want to, because they can't survive anymore. Hours slashed, tips collapsed, wages stagnant while rent skyrockets, automation replacing humans, corporate decisions prioritizing profit over people. This isn't a temporary blip, this is an exodus, and it's accelerating. Ready to see what's really happening behind the neon? Let me show you why Vegas is losing the workers who built it. Between 2023 and 2025, the numbers paint a devastating picture. Casino job openings fallen sharply. After the pandemic rebound, corporate casinos cut staff to lower operational costs. The recovery never reached workers. Hours reduced across major resorts. Full-time employees now report 28 to 32 hours weekly, down from 40 plus. Technically still employed, functionally underemployed, can't qualify for benefits, can't pay bills, trapped in limbo, tip income collapsing everywhere. Workers at MGM, Caesars, Wynn, Venetian reporting 20 to 50% reductions, not small dips, catastrophic losses, the money that made these jobs viable vanishing. 2024 and 2025 brought widespread layoffs, mirage workforce reductions, department shrinkages at MGM and Caesars, thousands displaced, more thousands seeing writing on wall, starting to plan exits. Look at what casino workers actually earn. Housekeepers making $15 to $22 per hour, dealers 18 to 30 plus inconsistent tips, servers 12 to 14 hourly plus tips that keep dropping. Now look at living costs. Rent in Las Vegas surged 38% since 2020. Food costs jumped 20 to 30%. Car insurance soared, utilities climbed, gas increased, childcare became unaffordable. Workers described the squeeze perfectly. Tips stayed the same, everything else doubled. The math simply doesn't work anymore. Can't afford apartment on dealer wages, can't raise family on server income, can't survive in city you serve. Many employees now live far from Strip. Hour plus commutes each way, burning gas money, losing time with family, all to reach jobs that barely pay enough to justify the trip. The calculation getting worse every month. Strip consolidation changed everything for workers. MGM Resorts controls roughly half the Strip hotel rooms. Caesars, entertainment another massive portion. Wynn and Encore dominate luxury end. Vici. Properties owns real estate behind most properties. When few corporations control everything, workers lose bargaining power. Casinos no longer compete for employees. Why offer better wages when workers have nowhere else to go? Why improve conditions when alternatives don't exist? The consolidation creates race to bottom. Wages stagnate, hours reduce, benefits shrink, comp programs eliminated, nobody competing to attract or retain talent, just synchronized cost-cutting across industry. Wall Street pressure makes it worse. Publicly traded companies must show efficiency. Efficiency means cut labor, reduce hours, replace humans with machines, increase revenue without increasing payroll. Workers become expense to minimize, not asset to develop. 2024 and 2025 brought explosive rise in electronic table games, bubble craps, digital blackjack, AI dealing systems, stadium-style roulette, cashierless bars, self-checking kiosks, technology replacing humans everywhere. Golden Gate, removing all dealers, sent shockwave through industry. First major property going fully automated, proving it's possible. Other casinos watching closely, calculating savings, planning transitions. Casino owners openly admit this is future. Derek Stevens stated younger players prefer screens. Electronic games reduce labor costs, eliminate dealer errors, bring consistent profitability, allow lower minimums attracting more players. But what about the dealers? The people whose careers just got eliminated? The families depending on those incomes? Not discussed, not considered, just collateral damage in pursuit of efficiency. Automated bars spreading across Strip, Robotic bartenders at Planet Hollywood and Venetian. AI-driven drink monitoring. Only get free drinks if betting enough. Self-order kiosks replacing counter workers. AI-integrated customer service desks. Every innovation eliminating jobs. Bartenders, servers, hosts, guest service representatives, cage employees, all facing obsolescence, being told their skills aren't needed anymore, that machines do it better. Automation isn't coming, it's here, it's accelerating, and it's destroying livelihoods at scale. The scheduling nightmare. Workers across MGM, Caesars, Wynn, Resorts World, Venetian reporting horrible scheduling conditions. Shift cuts with only days' notice. Overstaffed departments to avoid overtime. On-call shifts that never activate. Mandatory part-time flex roles. The common story repeated everywhere. I used to work 5 days a week. Now I'm lucky to get 3. Same job, same property. Suddenly, half the hours. No explanation beyond business needs. This creates impossible situation. Can't find second job because schedule unpredictable. Can't plan childcare because don't know when working. Can't budget because income varies wildly week to week. Just constant instability and stress. Some workers going weeks without shifts. Still technically employed. Not laid off. Just never scheduled. Can't collect unemployment because technically have job. Can't pay rent because not actually working. Trapped in cruel limbo. For positions depending on tips, situation is catastrophic. Tips reduce 30 to 50% across the board, making these jobs unsustainable. Multiple factors crushing tip income simultaneously. Tourists spending less on gambling overall. Resort fees eating their budgets. Mandatory 18 to 20% service charges replacing real tipping. Overpriced food reducing dining customers. Lower weekday foot traffic. Locals avoiding strip entirely. Servers and bartenders putting it bluntly. My tips are half what they used to be. You can't survive on this anymore. The supplemental income that made low base wages tolerable, gone. What's left doesn't cover costs. Dealers facing same squeeze. Fewer players at tables, lower betting amounts, shorter playing sessions, all translating to reduced tips. The game might be same, but the money dried up. When tips comprise majority of income, 50% reduction means poverty. Means choosing between rent and food, between car payment and electricity, between surviving and drowning. Many choosing to leave rather than drown. Mirage shutdown created ripple effects, hundreds of layoffs, displaced workers flooding job market, Hard Rock rebrand reducing room inventory. Fewer rooms means fewer staff needed. All those experienced workers suddenly unemployed. MGM and Caesars implementing efficiency cuts. Internal documents and worker reports revealing systematic reduction. Back-of-house departments merged. Housekeeping staff dramatically reduced. Call centre jobs outsourced. Security roles consolidated. Bartenders replaced with automated pour systems. Cage and count room staffing slashed. Culinary union data confirms instability. Thousands technically employed but not receiving full hours. Dozens of departments experiencing hour volatility. Step increases frozen at certain casinos. Union members going public with truth. They didn't fire us. They just cut our hours until we quit. Corporate cost-cutting without PR damage of layoffs. Making jobs so bad people leave voluntarily, then blaming worker shortage. Casino jobs used to be careers. Now they're temporary stops before something better. Workers leaving for warehousing at Amazon, Fanatics, distribution centres, call centres, remote customer support, logistics companies, insurance, tech-adjacent roles, restaurant work off strip, gig economy. Why? Hours are consistent, on. Stress is lower, no night shifts. Pay is similar or better. No dealing with angry tourists. No dependence on tips. No watching income evaporate because tourism down. Just stable, predictable work. Las Vegas losing its hospitality workforce. Experienced dealers, skilled bartenders, veteran servers, lifelong casino employees, pit bosses and supervisors with decades of knowledge. All walking away, taking expertise with them. This will reshape Strip fundamentally. Can't replace decades of experience overnight. Can't train new workers to same standard when you're cutting costs everywhere. Service quality declining, guest satisfaction falling, creating downward spiral. Numbers tell part of story, human experiences tell the rest. The dealer who worked 20 years watching career become obsolete, replaced by touchscreen, skills worthless, forced to start over in different industry at 50 years old. The server who used to make 300 in tips per shift, now making 120, picking up second job, working 70 hours weekly, still barely covering rent, exhausted, defeated, wondering when to quit. The bartender who loved the energy, the interaction, the Vegas magic, watching it die, automation replacing conversation, algorithms replacing judgment, screens replacing humanity, deciding to leave rather than watch complete death. The housekeeper working reduced hours, can't afford childcare anymore, can't afford rent, moving hour away for cheaper housing, spending 4 hours daily commuting for job that pays less every month, calculating when breaking point arrives. These aren't lazy workers, entitled employees, people demanding too much. These are people who built careers serving Vegas, who made the experience magical for millions, who kept properties running through decades, now being discarded because spreadsheets say humans cost too much. Casino executives making priorities crystal clear. They're comfortable with lower occupancy if right customers are there. They prefer whales over mass market tourists. They believe younger tourists don't gamble enough. They won't reduce resort fees, won't reduce food and drink prices, won't prioritise worker welfare. The message: workers aren't priority, locals aren't priority, middle-class tourists aren't priority, only high net worth individuals matter, only premium customers worth serving. Everyone else is expense to eliminate or revenue to extract. This strategy requires fewer workers. High rollers don't need armies of staff. Automation handles low-end customers. Premium service for whales. Bare minimum for everyone else. Labour force gets slashed because corporate strategy doesn't value it. Fewer workers means slower service, longer wait times, mistakes increasing, guest satisfaction declining, negative reviews multiplying, word of mouth turning toxic. The experience degrading systematically, locals avoiding Strip entirely. It's not for them anymore, too expensive, too unfriendly, too corporate, downtown and off-Strip capturing local business, Strip becoming tourist-only bubble, reducing total revenue pool, loss of institutional knowledge hurting properties. Veteran employees leaving takes decades of expertise. New workers don't know systems, don't understand culture, can't deliver same quality. Training programs cut due to costs, creating permanent deficit in capability. Even if casinos wanted to rehire, workers won't come back. Burned too many times, watched too many colleagues suffer, found better options elsewhere, the labour pool shrinking permanently. Future crises will find no reserve workforce to tap. Vegas was built on specific identity, generosity, hospitality, human interaction, feeling valued. The experience made special by people, not buildings. That identity dissolving, automation and cost-cutting killing what made Vegas unique. You can gamble anywhere now, online, tribal casinos, regional properties. What made Vegas worth visiting was the service, the energy, the people. Take that away and what's left? Expensive hotel rooms and tight slot machines. Tourists notice the change, comment on reduced service, complain about automation, miss the human touch. The dealers who knew their names, the bartenders who remembered drinks, the servers who made them feel special, all disappearing in pursuit of efficiency. Industry moving toward more automation, fewer workers, higher reliance on technology, centralized labor at fewer properties, multi-role employees doing 3 jobs for price of 1. Casino employment will be smaller, more automated, less stable, less profitable for ordinary workers. The golden age of Vegas hospitality jobs is over. What remains is gig economy with gambling attached. Corporations prioritizing quarterly numbers over long-term sustainability. Wall Street demanding constant efficiency improvements. Workers are easiest expense to cut, so they get cut. Again and again until nothing left to cut. The exodus will continue, maybe accelerate. Every month making jobs worse, every quarter cutting deeper, every year losing more experienced workers. The trend is clear. The trajectory is set. Unless something changes dramatically, Vegas' workforce keeps shrinking. Could casinos reverse course? Technically, yes. Increase wages, guarantee hours, improve conditions, invest in workers instead of technology. Value people over algorithms. Will they? Almost certainly not. Would require admitting current strategy failed. Would require accepting lower profit margins. Would require prioritizing workers over shareholders. None of that fits corporate incentive structure. Unions could fight harder, demand better contracts, threaten strikes, force concessions, but unions weakened by consolidation. Hard to strike when few companies control everything. Hard to negotiate when automation is alternative. Government could intervene, mandate better wages and conditions, regulate automation, protect workers. But Nevada economy depends on casinos. Politicians won't bite hand-feeding state budget, so workers left to fend for themselves. Most likely outcome? Exodus continues until crisis hits, until properties can't staff adequately, until service collapses, until tourists stop coming because experience is terrible. Then maybe change happens, but the damage by then might be irreversible. Strip is not buildings and lights, not slot machines and table games, not resorts and shows. Strip is people, workers who make it function, who create the experience, who deliver the magic. When those people leave, Vegas loses its soul. Automation can deal cards, but can't create atmosphere. Technology can mix drinks, but can't build relationships. Algorithms can optimize efficiency, but can't generate joy. Vegas was special because of human connections. Dealer who made you laugh, server who made you feel welcome, bartender who listened to your story. Those moments can't be programmed, can't be automated, can't be cost optimized. The exodus isn't just about jobs, it's about identity, about what Vegas is versus what Vegas was, about choosing profit over people, about prioritizing efficiency over experience, about forgetting that hospitality industry means hospitality. Thousands are leaving Vegas casino jobs, not because they're lazy, not because they don't want to work, because the jobs don't work anymore. Hours cut to poverty levels, tips collapsed by half, wages stagnant while costs doubled, automation eliminating careers, corporate decisions making survival impossible, workers finding better options, more stability, better pay, consistent hours, less stress. They're not abandoning Vegas. Vegas abandoned them first. The Strip can survive without these workers, but it won't be the Vegas anyone recognizes, won't be the city people loved, won't be the experience worth traveling for. Just empty shell optimized for profit. Hollow monument to greed. Vegas isn't the casinos. Vegas is the workers. Without them, the city doesn't shine. It flickers, then it dies. That's not future prediction. That's current reality. The exodus is real. It's accelerating. And unless something changes, Vegas as we knew it is already gone.